We shall start in mountain pose. Just make your way up to the top of your mat. We'll begin here. Just taking a few moments. Settle in, continue your full arrival in the space. And you can do that by taking a few deep breaths, if that feels good to you. Maybe a full breath in, filling up your lungs. And perhaps an exhale through the mouth, with a sigh. Just letting it go. Feel how your shoulders relax. Another full breath in. And exhale. And just continue with slow, steady breaths. Mindful, intentional breathing. Paying attention to each in-breath and each out-breath. Just a very simple way to be more mindful and connected with self. To be here. Feel how your body starts to settle into the space. Feel the ground beneath you. The breath moving within you. And as you're breathing, feel free to add some movement as a way to check in with your body. Notice how you're feeling this afternoon. Assessing for what your body may need from your practice today. Maybe it's a day of just resting. Maybe you just want to sit or lie down. Perfect for your yoga practice. Noticing parts of body that you want to take care of. So modify poses today. Or maybe you want to push a little harder. Go a little deeper. Listen to your body. Let's take another full breath in, again filling up your lungs. And with this exhale, draw or pull your belly button in towards your spine. It's a way of connecting to your center body. We engage the abdominal lock, that light contraction of your abdominal muscles. Just feel your center, allowing you to be standing here, tall, steady, strong, balanced. Let's take 3 more breaths. And these breaths, allowing your body to be ready to move. We'll first move through our half salute to the sun. When you're ready, inhale and extend your arms out and up. Perhaps a nice stretch here at the top. Then exhale, we'll fold forward. So we're hinging at the hips. Bend your knees as much as you need to. Just carefully fold, making your way downward. You might allow your hands to land at your shins or your ankles, maybe your toes, maybe the ground. Then inhale, slide your hands up the legs so you only rise up about halfway. Long spine like a table. And exhale, slowly melt back down to a forward fold that feels good for you. And wherever you land, just feel, notice, pay attention. Aware of the sensations in your body in this posture, what's showing up for you. A nice hamstring stretch, the curved spine, so maybe a release through your back body. Feel how gravity draws you downwards, so you may feel heavy in the upper half of your body. So you may allow your arms just to shake, release. If you're holding any tension in your neck, you might just nod yes, shake your head no. We also hold tension in our jaw, our mouth, so you might even just open your mouth wide and yawn. Releasing any tension there. 2 more breaths. We'll carefully make our way back up to standing first. Shift your weight back into your heels. Bend your knees to lower your hips like you're sitting down into a low chair. Start lifting upper body as the spine extends. Then inhale, reach out and up, reaching into the sky. And exhale, you can bring your palms together down to your heart, or you can bring your arms down to the sides of your body to finish your flow, that half salute. And just take a breath here. We'll just repeat that sequence and just move at your own pace. Inhale, sweeping arms out and up. Good stretch, reach high, good effort. Exhale, leading with your heart, fold forward, softening your knees, mindful of your back body, making your way down. Inhale, rise up halfway to elongate through your spine. Feel the top of your head lead you forward. Good extension. Exhale, fold. Feel like you're just melting back down. Brief pause. That same weight shift into your heels. Bend your knees to lower your hips. Start lifting upper body. And inhale, arms out and up. More energy in your arms, hands, and fingers. Exhale, palms together down to your heart or arms to your side. Finishing here. Remain with your breath. Allow the breath to move you. Moving at your own pace, taking your time, modifying any poses, and even rest whenever you need to. Let's continue with our full salute. Inhale, reaching into the air, extended mountain pose. Nice exhale, let's fold forward. Careful, controlled fold. Nice. Inhale, rise up halfway. We'll call it monkey pose, long spine. On this exhale, we'll fold. Bend your knees enough so you can reach the ground with your hands near the top edge of your mat and walk or step or even hop both feet to the back end of your mat and just lower your hips to shoulder level. We'll pause for a moment in plank pose, this high push-up position, pushing the ground away from you. Feel the energy in your arms and chest. Take a breath in. With your exhale, bend your knees slightly and send your hips up into the air. We're taking a shortcut to downward facing dog this first time. And once your hips are nice and high, you feel the head dip between the arms. Make some adjustments with your feet, some adjustments with your hands as you need to on the mat. Settle into your pose. Add movement as it feels good here. You'll be holding for a moment, but if you get fatigued here, certainly come down to your knees to rest. Preparing your body to move, take a full breath in, filling up your lungs. Exhale, draw belly in, connect to your core body. Bend your knees, walk, step, or hop both feet up to the top of your mat. Take your time. Once you're there, inhale, rise up halfway. Monkey pose. Exhale, fold, melting back down. Release head, neck, and shoulders. Same weight shift into your heels, bend your knees. Let's inhale and come all the way back up. Reach up a little higher as you're able. This exhale, take chair pose right away. Utkatasana. Right here, taking a breath in. And our exhale, dive out of your chair, down toward your toes, forward fold. Let's continue and add on to our flow. Inhale, rise up halfway. And exhale, fold, bend your knees, getting low enough, placing hands near the top of your mat. Walk, step, or hop both feet to the back end of your mat. Another pause here in our plank pose, just to feel the length and the strength in your body. You're welcome to take that same shortcut to down dog from here, or if you'd like, with your exhale, finish your push-up. You can even bring knees to the floor first, bend elbows, hug them in towards ribs as you lower your way down. Long legs, tops of your feet, then push into the earth to create a back bend. A slight lift for cobra, going all the way up for an up dog if you'd like. And with the exhale, just tuck toes under, let the hips float into the air. Your head and chest will just dip between the arms as needed. Make some adjustments with feet and hands. Here's your arrival in down dog. We'll add a lunge. Inhale, extend right leg up behind you. And exhale, step right foot to the top of the mat. You can take your time with these transitions. Once you've landed up top, turn left heel to the floor behind you. Shift your weight back into that foot so you have some good pressure back there so your hands feel light enough so you can lift, reach forward, hinge your way up. Let's just hold here, warrior one. So a little extra reach at the top. Your exhale, a little extra lunge down below. Actually, just rest the arms for a moment. So you can just kind of pay attention to your hips and legs. Mindful of this left hip, because we're facing mostly forward. Just kind of get a sense of how your torso is faced. Perhaps you're facing the same direction as your right knee and toes, but the left leg's turned out a bit. So you may feel a stretch in the hip flexor, and that's what we're going for. So let's take a breath in. We are doing some hip release today. Exhale, we'll fold, bring hands back down to the mat. Rise up onto tiptoes behind you, then slide right foot back as it meets the other. Same thing, you can take a shortcut to down dog or complete your vinyasa. You can always mix that up, change how you move through these postures, modify them as needed because it might be different each time.
We'll just always finish in downward facing dog, whatever sequence you choose. Make your arrival here.
Same thing, other side. Inhale, extend left leg up and back. Yes. Exhale, let's step left foot to the top of the mat. Once landed, turn right heel to the earth. Again, shifting weight back into that foot. So you have that sense of balance so the hands feel light. You can easily rise. Reach up, lunge low. You're moving in opposite directions there. Nice. Relax the arms for a moment. Just paying attention to the hips and legs. Left knee and toes pointing forward. Torso, for the most part, is facing forward. If it's at an angle, that's still good. But feeling maybe something here in the hip flexor, upper thigh, just above the belt line. Let's inhale, reach up. And exhale, we'll fold. Let the hands rise up on tiptoes behind you. Slide left foot back to meet the other. Complete your sequence as you'd like. Again, it might be different every time. Meet for a moment in down dog. Good. Let's just do that Warrior One series again. We're just going to add a little bit to it. Inhale, extend right leg up. We're going to hold, reach, long, as if you were trying to reach the wall behind you. Meanwhile, hands are pressing more firmly into the ground. Let's open the hip here. Bend your right knee. Bring your heel down towards backside. Lifting the knee slightly, which will create a bit of a twist or a turn of the lower half of the body towards the right side of the room. Next, draw a circle in the air with this right knee. It might be a small circle, could be a big circle. Circle it in one direction and then the other direction. Just opening up the hip a little bit. Take an in-breath as you bring that leg back up to the top. Exhale and step through. Back to our Warrior One setup. Left heel to the earth, grounded, balanced, weight back there. Light hands just rise up. And our exhale opening to Warrior Two. You might need to make some adjustments with the feet and legs, yes. So you feel supported here, feel strong, balanced. And then side angle pose. We'll follow the right arm forward to angle the upper half of the body. Rotate the arms. I typically stay up high in this pose, where my arm or hand might be braced against the inner right leg. You may reach the floor, but you don't have to reach the floor here. Just a nice opening for the hips, your chest. Oh. Good extension of the arms. You might even get a left side body stretch. Let's take a breath in. And our exhale will turn and fold for your hands. So you can bring the hands to the floor, slide right foot back, plank pose. Finish the sequence as you'd like as we meet again in down dog. So we just added that component of the little hip opener in that down dog. Some circles with the hip to open up that socket. Inhale, extend left leg into the sky. Reach and hold. Feel longer as you make space in the body. Now you can open the hip by bending your left knee. Heel comes down. Slight lift of the knee. There's our hip opener. If it feels okay, that circle. A small circle or a large circle, whatever your hip allows here. And be sure to circle it in the opposite direction. Good breathing. Then inhale as you return the leg up to the top. Exhale, let's step left foot to the top of the mat, back to our Warrior One setup. Well grounded, planted, balanced, light hands. Inhale, rise up, first warrior. Exhale, opening up to the right side of the room, arms to parallel, adjusting your feet, settling into your Warrior Two pose, holding for a moment. And then our side angle, just reaching out, angled upper body, rotate arms here. Staying up high if that feels better for you. Or if you decide to go lower, take your time to get there. No rush. Use a prop like a block, bringing the floor a little bit closer to you. Good, nice openings. Making space so you can still breathe easily through the body. Let's inhale here. And the exhale to move. We'll turn and fold. Hands return to the earth. Left foot slides back, plank. Finish your flow.
Just a little floor work here, so gently come down to your knees. Sit back briefly into hero, then off to the side. Bring the legs around to the front. And lie down on your back, so make sure you have space behind you. Carefully guide your way down and hug the knees into your body. You might automatically just add movement here. Again, just allow the body to move as it feels good to you. Breathing. And move right into bridge pose. So plant the feet into the ground. Full breath in, filling up your lungs. You can exhale through the mouth if you'd like. Engaging your core, just giving yourself energy to now lift the hips off the ground. Welcome to just lift a little bit, even slide a block underneath you to sit on, or even use your hands to sit in for more of a mild bridge pose. Supported in nature, or just continue lifting until you naturally stop. Noticing the sensations that arise in the body, especially in the thighs, okay, just below the belt line, across the belt line, your low belly, kind of that whole region here, even underneath you, hips, glutes, hamstrings. We'll take 3 more breaths. Pretty dynamic pose, certainly a heart opener. We can think of this also as a hip opener, kind of a reversed or counter pose to sitting. Start to soften. Wiggle the feet forward a little bit. You might even extend your arms straight up into the air, making space so you can make your way all the way to the ground. Soft landing. And once you're here, extend your arms behind you and extend the legs out in front of you and actively reach in these 2 directions. Next pose is boat pose. So if you'd like, draw both knees in. You can rock your way up to a seated position, or if it feels better, roll to your side and press yourself up to a seated position. We'll come to our boat pose. I usually start here with heels on the floor, knees bent, holding on to the legs to help extend spine, and just leaning back to that desired tension I want to create in the core. Lifting chin slightly along neck. And this could be your pose, just like this. Or walking the heels a bit closer towards yourself until you just find that balance where the heels or your feet just naturally lift. You can extend the legs more if you want. Even free the hands. Lots of variations. I mean, just think about the pose we just came out of, that bridge pose, very dynamic back bend. Another dynamic pose for core strengthening. Let's breathe in. Exhale, cross legs, either hands in front or to your side, so you can unfold the legs, re-extend them back behind you. Plank pose. Let's all just take a shortcut to down dog. Just bend your knees, send your hips into the air. We're going right away to standing. So with your next exhale, walk, step, or hop both feet up to the top of your mat. You'll be in forward fold. Inhale, extend through spine. And a fold here. Shifting weight into your heels, bend your knees to lower hips. We'll inhale, come all the way up to standing, reaching into the sky. And the exhale, bring your arms down to your side, finishing. And feel free to take a few deep breaths. Some circles in the shoulders, any movement, other parts of the body. Moving into a tree pose, which of course is a balancing posture, but I like to think of it as a hip opener as well. So we start in mountain pose, feeling grounded and balanced on 2 feet, softening the knees so you're not locking the knee joints. Start shifting your weight into your right foot, grounded here. We'll inhale, get tall, lengthen spine, fill up your lungs. Exhale, core engagement, and then we'll pick up the left foot, maybe flexing the foot just to keep the legs strong. Maybe thigh parallel to the floor here, good. And we'll just swing that knee out until it just naturally stops, because it could be here. maybe more, but not forcing it. And just placing foot on the inside of your standing leg. It could be high, medium, or low, using the floor or even a block to stand on. Then we'll inhale, extend the arms into the air. Good reach, lift. Feel this lightness up top, that lengthening through the sides of the body, which actually helps kind of this opening in this midsection. You might even open the hips where your knee might just swing out to the side a tiny bit more. Focus is forward or slightly downward. You're actually looking at something to help you focus. Breathing with intention, just like your boat pose. Draw belly in. And we'll keep the arms extended. We'll swing this left knee forward, lifting your knee with the flexed foot, keeping it active. We'll plant the foot into the ground, rebalance on 2 feet, and just bring the arms back down to your side. Maybe circle the shoulders. Shake all that loose. We'll get set up for the other side when you're ready. Mountain pose, balanced on 2 feet with soft knees. Weight shift into left foot, grounded. We'll inhale, get tall. Fill up the lungs, exhale, core engagement, ready for our balance. We'll pick up the right foot, flexing the foot. Swing the knee out until it naturally stops. Placing foot on the inside of the standing leg, high, medium, or low. When you feel ready, and inhale to extend the other direction, reaching upward as the left foot roots into the earth, just as you were lying on the ground, extending the legs forward, arms behind you. That lengthening effect makes space. Even in down dog, when your hands are on the earth, foot is in the air, long body. And core connection. Good. Focus is forward. That's our drishti. Good. Making space, opening the hips. Let's keep arms extended. We'll swing this right knee forward, lifting knee, flexed foot, and we'll place the foot back down onto the earth, rebalance. Arms return to your side, finishing that flow. Shake it loose. All right, continuing our flow, moving at your own pace. Inhale, sweep arms out and up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift, monkey pose. Exhale, fold, bend your knees, hands to the earth, hop or step back, plank pose. Come down if you'd like to, chaturanga dandasana, or again, just moving through the sequence of postures as you'd like, meeting together in downward facing dog. Just moving with breath, flow. Nice fluid body. Inhale, extend the right leg up, a quick bend and twist, bending the knee, a little twist in the upper body as you open the hip. We'll unwind, step through, back to a warrior 1. Left heel to the earth, root and connect. Rising here, first warrior. Exhale, opening warrior 2. Adjusting the feet quickly, that's it. Side angle, reach forward, rotate here. Good, we're going to add something. Next in our sequence, we'll take a breath in. Exhale, we'll turn and fold. Maybe just bring hands or fingertips to the ground here. Rise up onto tiptoes behind you. Stay up tall. So maybe come up onto fingertips so you feel a little bit more lifted. So you can easily extend your spine, like you're going to kind of shoot forward here. You're going to gently set the left knee onto the floor. Even feel free to pad the knee if you need to. Flatten the back foot. Bring hands up to your thigh. Just to lift. Just to get some extension, more space around the belt line here. And inhale, and exhale, just slowly and carefully, just kind of sink into this. Not going too deep. Okay, just staying here. If this feels a little pinchy in the low back, just feel free to lean forward a little bit. Because here is kind of a back bend sensation, so you can always lean forward. Just support yourself here. Just feeling this gentle stretch initially in this left leg, hip flexor, upper thigh. Just going to keep it here. We will probably return to this pose, but go a little bit deeper. Just kind of easing our way. We're going to tap into the strength of our legs and hips. If you're leaning forward, just coming back up, we're going to tuck the toes back there. You're going to hug the legs in like you're holding on to something between the inner thighs, a little squeeze so you feel strong here, because we're going to rise back up. So you need some strength in the back toes. So tuck your toes. Take the arms up first. Inhale. Exhale, engage, brace body, and lift. Keep lifting until this front leg straightens. Pivot left heel to the floor, turn sideways, drop arms to parallel here. Now, if your feet feel like they're too far apart, like mine are, you can even bring feet closer together as we move into triangle pose. So reaching forward, yes? Out over that straight leg, rotate here. A good hamstring stretch for sure, but because of this tipped over nature of the body, we do get into the hip. Three more breaths here. Wonderful. To come out of our pose, we'll bend the right knee so we have some leverage to come back up, pass through warrior two. Reverse your warrior, right hand reaching up into the air. It could be straight up, it might even be somewhat forward, or even slightly behind you. Again, mindful of how this feels in your hips, maybe your back, side bodies. Nice lunge forward, good. And a big windmill or cartwheel out of the pose, around and down to the floor in front. Let's step back into plank pose, finishing your flow as you'd like. Meeting together in down dog. Same thing, other side. So an inhale to extend left leg up, a quick bend and twist, a little hip opener. Unwind, step through, warrior one. Root back into that back foot. Light hand so you can rise up. First warrior. Exhale, opening warrior two. Quick adjustment of feet and legs. Side angle, reach forward. Rotate here. Hold for a moment. Yes. We're ready to add that lunge, getting to the right hip flexor. Breathe in. Exhale, we'll turn and fold. Hands or fingertips to the floor. Rise up onto tiptoes behind you. Call it a runner's lunge, so it even feel like you're about to run forward, like you're at the starting line of a race. Then we'll gently bring the right knee to the floor. Pat it if you need to. Flatten that back foot. I'm going to climb up to the knee right here. So we're not changing anything at this point. Once we get deeper into this pose, we'll change some things so you have space. Okay. Again, if you're tall, it's more back bendy. If there's a pinch here, just kind of lean forward. Inhale and exhale, kind of let this sink forward until you come to that natural stop. Noticing what's happening here. If there's too much tension in your front knee, you can always maybe move that front foot forward a little bit so there's less tension in the shin or knee area. Just holding. Breathing. Good. All right, we're going to come back up. Tuck toes behind you, engaging the legs. Let's take the arms up into the air, yeah. Okay, so an inhale first. When you feel ready, an exhale, bracing the body, lift. Keep rising until the front leg is straight. Pivot right heel to the floor. Arms to parallel. Set yourself up for triangle, changing the distance between the feet if you need to. And we'll reach forward. Here we go. There, and rotate the body. Triangle pose, Trikonasana. Good extension through the entire body. That's the full name of the pose, extended triangle pose, Uttita Trikonasana. The sensations we get to feel and create here, that hamstring stretch, little hip work. Coming out of the pose, let's bend the left knee for leverage so we can come up, pass through our warrior two, reverse your warrior. Again, mindful of how this affects the hips, your back, sides of your body. Not forcing or pushing into any pose. Then our cartwheel out of the posture. Down to the floor, slide left foot back to meet the other, finishing your sequence as you'd like. Modify, skip parts, rest. Doing some more floor work, but it's going to begin with pigeon pose. So let's inhale, extend right leg up again. Good extension, bend and twist, nice opening. And as we unwind, we're bringing right knee to the floor behind right wrist as we angle the right leg. Maybe something like this. Setting left knee onto the earth, using left knee and toes to shift that body weight back and to settle into your posture. Feel free to stay up high if you need to. Even tuck a block or any other prop underneath that right glute if you need a little support there. It also keeps the hips nicely aligned. If you're still tall, just take a breath in. Exhale, crawl forward, coming down to your forearms and elbows. You can even bring forehead down to the floor, but if it's too far away from you, if your block is still available, bring your block in, rest your head on a block, or stack fists. Make fists with your hands and stack them one on top of the other and rest your forehead on the stacked fists. So your spine, your back just feels straight and long. And as we've been here for a few moments, just notice how this feels. Make any changes as you need to. It might be getting deeper into the pose, but very gently and carefully. It might even mean easing out of the pose a little bit if you went too far, or changing the posture completely. If this is too much for your right knee or ankle, for example, or even your hip, you might want to flip over onto your back and do the reclining pigeon. Let's take 3 more breaths here. After your 3rd breath, if you're low, just come up onto the hands to start lifting upper body. Just a little bit here, maybe at an angle. Okay, follow me. You're actually going to end up facing a different part of the room, even towards the back of the room, but just follow me. You're going to sit off to your right side. Okay, kind of flex both feet. You sit off to your right side, flex both feet. Make sure your left hand's kind of free and get it behind you, because you're going to sit and just let the heels just sink into the floor, but just swivel over to the other side, a little windshield wiper effect to the other side. We're not going to pigeon, so stay up tall. So maybe here, maybe propped up onto fingertips, but keep rotating to your left. So upper body is kind of rotating, turning. You can even bring this right hand to this outer left knee or thigh, not to pull yourself into the pose, but maybe just to hold yourself in the posture. Now, if that twist is too much, then lighten it up. Kind of another variation of pigeon pose, even king pigeon pose, kind of getting this slight back bend effect without having to be in a full back bend. And just adding this rotation. And rotations certainly help with our hips as well. 3 more breaths. All right, we're going to windshield wiper back to the original position. Okay, stay here. Now this right leg is probably at an angle, okay? That's where it was originally perhaps. But what you're gonna do is just keep leaning to your right, and if you can, just move that foot forward so your shin is a little bit more parallel to the front edge of your mat. This back leg, if you can, just depending on your hip really, shin alongside the edge of your mat. Again, pressing into the floor with fingertips so you can get tall, rotating away from the foot. Getting into the hips in a different way here. 3 more breaths. Just notice if this feels different than the other side. Just the way that we've positioned the legs. Okay, we're starting to soften, you're unwinding. You can maybe still kind of leaning off to this right side. Keep that lean way off to the right side. We're going to bring this left leg around to the front. We're going to match, see if we can match this right leg. That's kind of parallel. I'm going to turn towards you, okay? So the edge of the mat or edge of your shin against the edge of the mat. We're going to bring that left leg on top, coming ankle to knee here, knee to ankle. This could be your pose where there's not a connection, okay? Even here, or if you need to soften that greatly, just bring that foot away, okay, from the knee area, all righty? Or even just on the floor, because you probably will still get a hip release that feels best for you. Or stack the logs, okay? Double pigeon. If you're here and need more, it's a forward fold. Certainly affects the outer hips here, yes. Even if you brought the foot in a little bit, if there's a large gap here, you're still feeling this. 3 more breaths. If you made it to a fold, we're lifting up. Let's get the hands behind us. We can lean back, free the legs and feet, and come back to a boat pose. This also could be your boat, just like this. Hands on the floor, heels on the floor. If your hands are on the floor behind you, just push to kind of open up chest, maybe something like this. Or hands out front, lean back, feet lifted, any version. All right, we're ready to move. Inhale. Exhale, cross legs, hands in front or to the side. So you can get the legs and feet back behind you, finishing your flow. Kneading in down dog. Same sequence, other side. So some more floor work, beginning with pigeon. Left leg extends into the air, bend and twist. Unwinding, bringing left knee to the earth behind the left wrist, angled leg. Right knee to the ground, using right knee and toes. You're shifting the weight because your weight is probably here in your hands. We need to find that centering. So we shift weight back, settle in, find your posture, find the sensation that works best for you. And an in-breath, exhale, crawling forward. Then begin your assessment. How does this feel? Does this feel good on the body? Are there any parts of the body that are feeling a little overwhelmed? Or a discomfort that's pushing towards pain even. We certainly don't want to go there. And again, if that's the case, then ease a bit out of the pose or completely out of the pose and change your position. As you're settling here, you might create more space. And you have a decision to make, either stay right where you are or maybe move into that space you've created. So you might use your right knee and toes and crawl that right leg back to move into that space, or even lifting your head and chest a little bit and feel like you're trying to move forward, extending the spine, and then coming back down. That too will also take you deeper into your pose in a very gentle way. But again, if that's too far, or you went too far, or it's too much, then back it up. All right, 3 more breaths. We'll get into those different versions of this hip release. If you made it down to your elbows, we're coming up onto the hands, lifting up our body so you can sit off to your left side. All we're doing here is flexing the feet there, not changing the angle of the leg, and just do our windshield wiper over to the other side, using hands just to push into the floor to maintain that lengthened spine, but keep rotating to your right for this twist. Good, yeah. Don't force it. If you need to unwind a little bit, unwind. Still want to be able to take deep breaths. Allowing for the release. All right, 3 more breaths, noticing how this feels. Okay, let's windshield wiper back to the original position. We are going to change our leg positioning. Okay, so left foot kind of shifts forward, so your shin is more parallel with the front edge of your mat. And if you can, even that back leg, if that feels okay on the hip. Okay. Hands press into the earth and keep rotating to your left. That's it, yeah. Good. Just holding postures, very effective in creating release, creating space, and always feeling like you can still take deep breaths. That continuous flow of that pranic energy. No binds, no obstacles. 2 more breaths. Okay, unwind a little bit. We'll keep the leg posture, at least the front leg, shin parallel to the front edge of the mat. Leaning to the left so we can bring this right leg around, doing your best to come to a double pigeon or our stacked fire lungs. This could be your pose. This could be your pose. Okay. Yes. Pretty dynamic. Getting into those outer hips. Wonderful. 3 more breaths. If you made it into that fold, we're rising up, leaning back, hands behind you to catch yourself. So you can unfold the legs back out to that boat pose positioning, finding the version that works for you best at this moment. Let's inhale like you're floating into the air. Exhale, cross legs, hands in front or to the side. Again, or your feet back behind you, plank pose. Complete your series. Meeting in down dog. Take the sequence, move through the sequence that works best for you. All right, as promised, let's go back to that deep lunge, that runner's lunge. We're going to inhale, extend right leg up, bend and twist. Unwind, send right foot up to the top of the mat.
actually kind of out behind this right hand. I don't know if you can see my foot, but it's kind of outside of the hand. I'm actually turning that right knee and toes out to the corner. I'm going to bring this left knee to the floor. Actually climb up onto this knee or thigh. And if your foot's still in, we already did that version, which is limited as far as the depth of that pose. And so you may want to take that leg turned out, okay? And even forward out in that direction. Hand on thigh and just lunge. And even bring hands, if you want to go deeper, down to the floor. Supporting yourself here is feeling the heaviness of the sinking hips. If you can go even lower, maybe elbows to the ground, maybe just one elbow, or if that's too far, too low, bring in a block or even a cushion. But just taking that leg out to the side, okay? Think happy baby pose, okay? Because it does create more space in the pelvic region there. So we can potentially take this deeper, but again, if it's too deep, too much, back up, back out. We're not going to be here too long. 3 more breaths. If you made it down to your elbows or down low enough, we need to come back up onto your hands, go in slow motion, push into the earth with the hands so you can lift the hips out of that sinking position. Okay, I'm moving my hands over to the left so I can bring my right foot back in, heel toe it back in. Okay, let's climb up to the thigh and knee again. Let's go through that same transition we did earlier, where you tuck your toes, engage the legs, nice and strong, arms up. Inhale first, exhale, brace, lift, keep lifting, triangle pose setup, straighten that front leg. Right away into triangle. We're just going to flow through this. Triangle pose. Nice opening here. Coming out of the posture, bend the right knee for leverage. Flow through to a reversed warrior position. Windmill. Windmill out of the posture. Down to the floor. Let the hands slide, foot back, plank, finishing your sequence. All right, so our deep lunge sequence. The left leg into the sky. Bend and twist. As we bring it around to the front, slightly outside the left hand, we're bringing right knee to the floor. I'm going to crawl up onto the leg just to make some space here. Okay, maybe out more if you need to or want to, even taking that foot forward because we're lunging. We don't want to drive into that knee. So an inhale and exhale, just feel the sinking of the hips. Hands to the floor, you got a lot of space right here in front. Gently move into the posture. Even if you've got the flexibility, take your time. Maybe bending elbows just a little bit to take you lower, or maybe the elbows reach the floor, or stacked blocks or a cushion. Good, good breathing. Yes, and 3 more breaths. Not holding us here too long, because we do have the potential of overstretching here, because we can go fairly deep. If you made it down to your elbows, we're just coming back up onto the hands. So you can push, start lifting the hips away from that sunken position. Moving the hands over to the right so you can bring this left foot back in. Back to center, climb up onto this knee, up to the thigh.
Tuck your toes. Already beginning the engagement. Arms up. Inhale, reach. Exhale, engage. Brace body into lift. Keep rising. Straighten the left leg. Pivot right heel to the floor. Set yourself up for triangle. Move right away into triangle pose. Still in motion. Breathe in. On the exhale, bend left knee. Reverse your warrior.
And we'll windmill out of the posture.
Okay, all of that, getting some good mobility through the hips. Chaturanga Dandasana.
Up dog.
And downward facing dog. A breath or two here. And then gently bring knees to the floor. Sit back into hero, then off to the side. Swing legs around to the front. Go ahead and roll down onto your back.
And since we're kind of mimicking that happy baby pose, go ahead and move into happy baby. Some variations. You could just lie flat on your back, hold onto your knees and shins, and just take the legs wide without kicking the feet up. That's one version. The other version, of course, is happy baby, where you're holding onto the feet, and the soles of the feet are facing the ceiling, knees are bent, and you can see and feel how the knees are turned out, feet are turned out. You can go deep here, but you could go even deeper, even mimic that deep lunge more by maybe extending one leg onto the floor out in front of you and only work with one leg at a time. So you have some choices with this last hip opener here. Take about 3 more breaths. Now from here, you're welcome just to continue with the pose you're in now or add any other pose. It could be another hip opener or other postures or positions for your body that would help relieve and release as you move towards final relaxation. So it might be a twist, maybe another back bend or a leg extension in the air. And whenever you feel complete with these final movements, just make your way to Shavasana or any other restorative, relaxing posture. Allowing for that full body release. Having focused on that hip area. Now allowing that spaciousness to flow throughout your body. As you lie here in stillness, return to the awareness of your breath. Simply notice your breathing. A reminder of how you began your practice. The full awareness of breath, the connection you made with breath. As you move deeply within, tuning in, fully present, deeply connected. With this awareness, take 5 slow, deep breaths. Breathe into the spaciousness you've created. And as you're breathing, start to feel movement gently return to your body. And when you feel ready to move carefully and slowly, roll to either side of your body. Let's hold here for a moment in this nurturing pose, or even stay lying on your back. And now continue to move very slowly. Guide your way up to a seated position. Once you've made it here, just feel the extension of your spine, just sitting up tall and proud. Relax shoulders and arms and hands. You can keep your hands right where they are or bring hands to heart center, and wherever you are, just take one more full breath in and out. And as we come to the close of our practice together, we bow, saying, Namaste. Namaste. You're welcome. Thank you so much for watching and participating in this yoga lesson. To help us with the channel so we can continue to bring you more content, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. It's really appreciated. Namaste.